Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, today's high temperature is going to be 75 and sunny. Beautiful day. I have to go take my mom to the ear doctor. She was having a hard time hearing a while back. Well, she's still hard of hearing, but I took her to the ear doctor, several months ago, and she had a lot of wax in her ears. So now we're going to keep up with that and have her ears cleaned more often because she can hear much better now. So this is a follow-up, and the doctor is very nice. I like him. So if I ever need my hearing checked, I will go to him. So that's what I need to do today, and I imagine we'll probably have to go to the store. She probably needs some groceries, but I'll figure that out when I get there. So I don't need any groceries, but you never know. Sometimes you find something that you want to try or that you like. So we'll see. But I'm not planning on doing any big grocery haul. I haven't done a really big grocery haul in a long time. I'm still trying to use up some of the things that I have. And so we'll see. But I saw on Facebook one of my friends posted that coffee is going to go way up in price. And I'm very happy that I have a coffee stash so I can go a long time without having to buy coffee. Cheers. So that's what I do, like a lot of other people do. I buy things when I see a good price, and then I use it up as time goes by. I know not everybody likes to do that. Some people like to shop week to week, and that's fine too. But I find that when I do that, I end up paying more than if I just stock up when things are cheap. So I haven't been really stocking up on a lot of things. I'm pretty well satisfied with what I have in the way of food in the house. So I really don't need a whole lot more. But that allows me to buy some things that I normally wouldn't have the money for. So yesterday I started taking out my flowers and my spent vegetables in the backyard. I trimmed some shrubs, got that done. So I was out there a good hour getting things ready for the winter. And hopefully the weather holds out and I'll be able to get some more done. Probably the rest of the week. It's supposed to be nice. I know I won't get anything done in the garden today because by the time I get home from my mom's and, taking her different places, it's usually late. Not late, but afternoon late. And then I just don't want to do things anymore. And that's fine. I can work on my own schedule. I'm not in any big rush other than trying to beat the cold weather. But I think I'll be good with that because even if I do, take out a few plants every day, I'll be fine. So this morning I did something that I haven't done in many, many years. I couldn't sleep last night. My gut was bothering me. It wasn't my stomach, it was my gut. And it kept me awake. So I kept trying to go to sleep and it wasn't working and tossing and turning, trying to get comfortable. So I think the last time I looked at the clock, it was somewhere between 4 and 5 a.m. So this morning I got up at my regular time, let my doggies out to go potty, And then I went back to bed, and I went back to sleep till around 10. And like I said, I have not done that in many, many years unless I was sick. But I knew that I had to go over my mom, so I needed a little more sleep than that. But anyway, yeah, it's going to be a nice day today, and hopefully, um, and hopefully it'll be a nice day for you too. So, all right, I am going to go finish my coffee. I have some time before I have to go to my mom's. So I'm going to sit and relax and drink my coffee. So, cheers, my friends. Enjoy your coffee and enjoy your day, and I'll be back. Well, I'm sitting here enjoying my coffee with Bob. I love this mug. It was a gift. So, anyway, I've had it for a number of years. I was sitting here thinking about what I want to do out in my garden. Of course, not today because I got to go hang out with my mom. And I did start taking a lot of the dried out flowers out and the dried out vegetables. And at the beginning of the summer, I had bought 1 pack of green onions from the store. And I planted them outside, and I have had green onions all summer. Plus, I can also pull the green onions that I originally had before the frost kills them and use those up too. So I know a lot of people like to, cut off the bottoms of celery and what else? Lettuce, and then they plant them. And I've done that in the past too. Now I find you're not going to get a huge yield out of it, but you could get enough maybe for a little salad or something. So it's just fun. I enjoy my garden, but it is a lot of work. And it's a constant, consistent maintenance, with the weeds. The ground back there is very good, and I get a lot of weeds. And so, yeah, that's constant maintenance. So I talk about my garden a lot. But I am getting to the point where I was tired of watering it, and you're not going to get much of a yield anymore anyway unless you put in fall plants like your brassicas and lettuces, spinach, things like that. But I'm not going to do that, not this year. So I'll be happy to get that project done. And then I have to cover up my furniture, which I use big, huge black trash bags that I ordered from Amazon, a few years ago. And that works great. Because a lot of times the covers that you use, they get pretty nasty in just a year or so. So these in the spring, I just use them for garden debris, and then I throw them away. So, I just wanted to talk just a little bit about why I make these videos. And like most of you, you have things in your house, things outside, if you're into the outside gardening, anything like that you kind of do every day on a maintenance or, so, but the reason that I like to make videos and share what I do, because I know a lot of women and men out there, as they grow older, some things become a challenge. And, you don't want to just give everything up and go sit in a chair and watch TV 24/7. At least I don't. And I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine too. I'm sure you've earned it. But I make these videos to try and encourage people to, if you have like something you like to do, but you're not able to do it the way you used to, I like to kind of, you know, be encouraging to people to not give up, to continue doing the things that they love to do. So I hope that's the situation. And if not, well, then, just watching me is okay too. But for the most part, I love my viewers and I love interacting with you. And I just think the majority of you are really good people. So, but anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that and clarify a few things. And so, anyway, it got me to thinking that leave me a comment below if there's something that you would like me to address or talk about other than my home and my garden and my family, because that's my life. So that's what I talk about. But if there's something else that might interest you, leave it in the comments below. And if it interests me, then I'll talk about that. And if it doesn't interest me, well, then I won't talk about that. So I have to finish up my coffee now and get ready to go to my mom's. And that'll take up the rest of the day. So I'm waiting I ordered a railing for the outside of my porch, my little porch, because it doesn't have any railings. And my steps sort of slope a little bit. I don't know why they made them that way, maybe so the water runs off. But anyway, some of my friends are getting older and they aren't as steady on their feet as they used to be. So I would like to put one railing on the steps. Now, I don't know if this is going to work out because it might not look good. I don't know. But I have to wait until it comes. I think it's arriving on Thursday. And then I'll have to hire my construction worker friend and see if he can install it for me, if I like it. If not, I'm going to send it back. And a couple times on Amazon over the years, I've ordered things, and when I got them, it wasn't quite what I wanted. So, but I didn't pay attention, and it wasn't free returns. So I remember once I bought a chair that I thought I would really like, and then when it arrived, it just wasn't what I needed or wanted. So, but it was like $100 to send it back, and I said, no, I'm not doing that. So I still have the ottoman from the chair. It's like a storage ottoman. So I still have that, but I ended up donating the chair. It was a brand new chair. I mean, I didn't pay like, hundreds of dollars for it. I don't remember what I paid, but anyway, I ended up donating it. I figured I would rather donate it to somebody than, spend $100 on sending a chair back and have nothing. So you have to be careful when you order things on Amazon and always check to see that it has free returns. So anyway, yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day out. It's nice and sunny. And I think there's only one day of rain next week. So it should be a good week to continue my garden maintenance. And, it's not a mess back there. It's just needs to be cleaned up. All those leaves are falling now. And all the old plants need to be pulled out. And I'm doing that a little bit at a time. I have plants back there that I bought. They come in they're like dry root, and they come in those packages. I got some gladiolas back there, and I can't remember all that I got. But anyway, I'm not buying those again. They didn't bloom, they didn't do well. I bought some cannas. I've had those bloom in the past, but this year they didn't bloom. So I don't think I'm going to buy a lot of that stuff anymore next year. So every year is a different a different garden, a different project. It always looks different. By the time I get everything planted and it all comes up, I like the way it looks. So anyway, so I just thought I'd talk a little bit about that. So don't forget, leave me a comment below and let me know if there's a subject other than my daily life that you would like to have me talk about. I don't want to do a lot of hauls because I don't buy that much stuff anymore. I know it seems like sometimes I do, but I really don't. I don't buy a whole lot of tchotchkes. Most of what I buy now is food, and even that I don't buy a whole lot of anymore. So other than hauls, I mean, I usually do share what I buy if I buy something. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. So, okay, well, I'm going to go get dressed and head on over to my mom's and excuse me, and I will see you later. Well, sitting here waiting for a very slow train. So on the way to Mom's, let me turn you around. There we go. And, you know, when my mom was younger, she was always cleaning. She would talk to her on the phone and she would tell me what she cleaned every day. And I didn't inherit that gene, apparently. I mean, I like a clean house, but I mean, my mom was like super clean. So, and I know a lot of people are, and that's their hobby. So I would rather do a bunch of other hobbies besides just cleaning. And the way I have my house set up now, it really doesn't take me long at all to dust. I just use a Swiffer and, you know, the Swiffer dusters. And I have a rechargeable little vacuum that I use on my hardscaped floors and low pile carpets. So that takes me all of 5-10 minutes. So I could actually clean my whole downstairs in an hour, including the bathroom. So that's how I'm trying to get my house set up, the rest of it, and it's pretty good. I still have some areas that need to be decluttered and downsized and all that good stuff. But all in all, you know, some people like that saying, less is more. I think that's kind of a silly saying. Because less isn't more, less is less. So, but whatever. And I'm not into, you know, having everything streamlined, and I'm not a beige kind of gal. And yeah, I mean, if you're beige, that's great. Beige is a beautiful color. But I'm not a beige kind of gal. And I know a lot of people, I've always liked gray for clothing and things. When I buy things like pants and skirts, which I don't wear anymore, I always like to buy my bottoms in a neutral, which is either gray or brown or black or tan. And then I like to pick up the colors in the tops. So those are the kind of clothes that I like. And my clothes are getting more and more casual. And I still have clothes that I wore when I worked. I got rid of most of that, the dresses and things. But when I dated and when Tom and I were married, we would go out quite a bit. So, and I like to get dressed up when we did that. So, but I don't do that anymore. I have no desire to be out and about anymore. So, geez, lots of road work and trains, and it's going to make me late. Well, not late, late. Late to my mom's, but not late to the doctor's appointment. And my mom is to the point where, it takes her a while to get her out of the house. She has to kind of check and recheck. Do I have this? Do I have that? And so it takes a while to get her going. So I like to get to her house at least a half an hour, 45 minutes before we have to go in. So I told her to make a list if there was anything that she needed from the store. And then we will go there. She likes to go into the store and just browse around. She was never a big shopper. She was more a looker. She liked to look at things and see what's what. But, I mean, my mom is much more organized than I am. I'm pretty organized, actually. I know I have a lot of stuff, but for the most part, it is organized. It's either in a basket or in a cupboard or, and things are usually not falling out of my cupboards either. So, but it's getting to be time for my yearly indoor reorganizing and purging and cleaning stuff up because, like I said, I'd like to get things set up for the holidays. Even though I don't have a lot of company for the holidays anymore, I still like the house to look good. So, but I'm not going to be, scrubbing the floor every day so I can eat off of it. And, yeah, so it's my plan. And I plug away at it a little bit every day. Unless I'm not feeling up to snuff, then I just take the day off. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I'm not a big person. I'm not a big stick to your to-do list no matter what, come hell or high water. I just don't do that. Sometimes I'll have a thought in mind of what I want to do. And if I don't feel like doing that task that day and I want to do something else, then that's what I do because I can. I don't have a husband or I don't live with somebody that's, constantly picking at me to do this or do that. So, and to me, that's a blessing. So I had enough of that over the years that I'm kind of enjoying being totally single, honestly. And I can do what I want, when I want, with whom I want. And a lot of times, if you're a single person and you don't have a husband or a boyfriend or something, a lot of the things that you enjoy doing, you can do with your female friends. If you have enough female friends, I'm sure that you have things in common with them that they wouldn't mind doing. That's like I always used to go to Amish country once a year. Tom and I used to go down there. And we had a nice time. But now I go with my daughter, and I have an even better time with her. So, you need to make adjustments in life. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. You need to make adjustments. That doesn't mean you quit doing what you want to do. You just have to figure out a way to make it doable. And if that means, getting rid of a few things or getting a few new things in order to be able to do that, then, that's what you should do. And just sort of live your life the way you want it. Have a vision. Some people like to do a vision board, which I've done in the past, which is really nice, of how you picture yourself in your life. You can put travel things on there, look through magazines and see what appeals to you. A lot of things on vision boards that I've had in the past. Had a beautiful lush garden. I like a very full garden. That's just my taste. And some people, they like a bush here and a bush there, and that looks nice too. But, I really like more like a country garden where you have a lot of flowers and vegetables and all that. So the only thing that bugs me about my garden are the weeds. They grow so fast. I've weeded out there a few times already, and every week they're back. And I'm not just talking about 1 or 2 weeds. I'm talking about a lot of weeds. So anyway, I'm going to concentrate here on what I'm doing and get my mom to the doctor, maybe to the store. If I do find something, I'll show it to you. If I don't, well, then I don't. All right, so I'll be back. All right, well, I just got home and it's 5:30 already. So Mom wanted to go out to Olive Garden, so we stopped there. We had a nice meal together, and I took her shopping at Aldi's. She picked up her groceries for the week, and while I was there, I picked up a package of these stuffed Baby Bella mushrooms. They're really good. I like them. And they were $3 and something, under $4. And there's 2, 4, 6, 7 of them. So I think that price is very reasonable for not having to make it myself, because I do like stuffed mushrooms. So those are going in the fridge for a meal, to go with a meal. But that's all I got. I really don't need anything else. And I brought home, I had the eggplant parmesan, and I brought home, there were 2, and I brought 1 home. So I can cook some pasta with that for another meal. So that would be good with the stuffed mushrooms and some spaghetti noodles or whatever, some sort of pasta. So that was my day today. It was busy, but it was very pleasant hanging out with my mom. And so we decided every 6 months she's going to go to the ear doctor and have the wax taken out of her ears, because I guess she did have a buildup of that again. So, if your loved one, your older loved one, is having a hard time hearing, make sure you get their ears checked for wax, because she hears much better once all that wax is out of there. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.